Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome to a brand new Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead series. Now, it's not entirely new. If you were with the channel last year, you would have seen that Magiclysm was on the channel briefly. However, this is going to be a reboot of that series, so if you've missed out on it, don't worry, this is an entirely new series, but it is going to be using Magiclysm, which is a total conversion mod for Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. What Magiclysm does to the world is add magic into that world, so if Cataclysm wasn't wild enough already, it's set to get a little bit wilder with magical creatures, items, spells, and many other magnificent things for us to discover together. And our character, like last time, is a young woman by the name of Luna Crowley. Her childhood was much like any other until her teenage years, where her parents were taken from her in a crash that nearly took Luna's life as well. That event and the trauma that is associated with it is what has given us our Wayfarer negative perk. That means that we aren't going to be able to use vehicles of any kind throughout this playthrough. And what that meant for Luna was she was to go into the care of her next of kin, an eccentric old man, her grandfather that her parents barely spoke of. And yet this man took Luna into his care. After a few months had passed, Luna started to notice certain peculiar aspects of her grandfather. He had a knack for collecting strange and unusual objects, almost hoarding them, stating that these objects had some kind of power or some kind of importance that Luna just wouldn't understand. Yet she wanted to understand, needed to understand, and with enough persuading and persistence, her grandfather began to pull back the curtain into the magical world. Yes, the grandfather of Luna Crowley was a practicing wizard, for lack of a better term. He was studying the arcane and arts lost to mankind for generations. The old man was proficient in this craft, and while reluctant to share this information with Luna, he did share some. Perhaps it was knowing that he wasn't going to be around forever, and if this information, if this knowledge was to make it back into the mainstream, it would need more than just him. And so he began to teach Luna the basics and everything else outside of magic that she would need to operate in this world. Mathematics, science, physics. Throughout her teenage years, Luna was homeschooled by her grandfather and learned a great many things about the world, both magical and mundane. However, the mundane might not have as much use anymore, for the Cataclysm came. No one knows exactly where the Cataclysm came from. However, it began in the Oracle Junction, Luna's small hometown, separate from the rest of the country and unaware if these problems were spreading. Luna and her grandfather tried their best to survive underground on what meager rations they had before the Cataclysm came. For now, above their heads walked the living dead and many other creatures. But Luna's grandfather wasn't without a plan. He had a way out for them, a way to escape the basement, a way to escape the town. But it did come with some risk. Translocation magic requires precision, absolute precision, and a fair amount of testing. However, with those dwindling resources, the time for testing was running out. And so with this, Luna's grandfather took the plunge, attempting to open a portal to translocate himself from one place to another, to see if the theory worked. Unfortunately, in this case, it didn't. Or at the very least, it didn't seem to. As her grandfather was whisked away atom by atom, it was fear and pain that Luna saw in her grandfather's eyes. After the spell was complete, there was nothing left. Not a trace. Only time now to wait, to see if the spell had worked, if her grandfather would return. And wait, Luna did. Time passed by, and her grandfather didn't return. And that, dear viewers, is where our story begins. In that dark, dingy basement, Luna Crowley waits no more. Now she must head out into the world, attempt to make it through just another day. So, without further ado, welcome to Magiclysm. Let's dive on in. And here we are with Luna in her grandfather's basement, now alone. As we can see, we've been an apprentice for some time, working on a prototype device, the spell that could help us escape the Cataclysm. However, something went wrong with the maiden voyage, and our teacher, our grandfather, teleported his insides into his outsides. Now we have to figure out how to survive on our own. But he did leave his notebook. We have in our possession, in our hands, a notebook. And this is the very spot that our grandfather vanished from. Now, there might be remains down here still, remains that we'll have to search for, but we ourselves have to become familiar with this space. And first of all, let's get familiar with Luna. Let's have a look at our inventory. We have our beginner's guide to magic. All right, and having a look at our statistics here, we can see currently we're classified as being overweight. We're always overweight when we start in Cataclysm, and that's actually going to help us out a little bit. We won't have to eat as much. And with our fast metabolism, we're going to burn through that extra fat rather quickly. You can see our strength is 7, our dexterity is 10, intelligence 10, and our perception 8. We're only 5'3", and we are 18 years old. For our traits, we have fast learner, greater mana efficiency, which allows us to store more mana, lesser mana regeneration, which means that we naturally regenerate our own mana. We're quick. However, we do have a fast metabolism, and we're a pyromaniac, meaning we do have an unhealthy obsession with fire, which means that we're going to get a little anxious if we don't light them very often. We can see at the moment on the side there, it's saying that a fire could calm our nerves. We'll try to avoid that for now, if we can. And then finally, Wayfarer. This will probably affect us the greatest out of all of our traits, which is from our childhood trauma. We don't travel in vehicles anymore. Even if our life depends on it, we will not jump in a car. It's just a bad place for us to be. You can see that naturally, we do have some dodging ability, 4.1, and under range skills, we have spellcraft down there. Now, we probably do need to have a little bit better perception to be good with slinging spells, but we'll see where that takes us. We also do have this here, all knowledge of the Storm Shaper rune leaves you. And I'm not sure why we have that immediately. We might actually be able to do a little bit of basic work there, but I don't think we know any spells at all at this stage. Yeah, we are a fresh student. And so let's have a little bit of a look around this space. We need to ignite something. Yeah, I know, we will, Luna. We're going to go ahead and grab the screwdriver set. It's actually going to take up a bit of space in our genes, but that's okay. The television, long dead, no powering it anymore. So let's see what we have down here. We have some books. What books? Okay, Picturesque, a car buyer's guide, Trophy Envy, and the Rural Digest Examiner. So nothing very useful there for us. Down here we have another selection of books though. The Baker's Companion, What's a Transistor, Birdhouse Monthly, and a few others. Duelist's Annual could actually help us out, especially with fencing. Food Fashions for Young Moderns. A few cooking books. We will need those eventually. But we're going to continue looking throughout the rest of here first. Okay, just a bathroom. And still no grandfather. Looking at our walls here, we do have these very thick metal walls. They're going to protect us from the outside world, which is great, but it's cold and it's lonely down here. We can't stay here for all that long. We've got some codeine and some multivitamins. We're going to go ahead and take those for now. We can just fit those into our genes. And we've got some other useful items here. We don't need the gummy vitamins for now, but we'll take the aspirin And the cough syrup, we're just going to leave here for now. I think having some of these things on us is going to be okay, but others we don't need to immediately have. And you know what? I think for that very reason, we're going to go ahead and drop the multivitamins back into there. We don't need that right this second. Okay. Next door. Our grandfather's office. What is that on the table there? It's an old photo. A photo of a jovial old wizard. He seems to be dancing with the coat rack in the basement. There is a stack of suitcases in the background. That's our grandfather. Seeming to be so much more happier than he was in the later years, the years that we knew him. And there's some inscription on the wall. A circle of esoteric symbols etched into the wall. They draw your eye with their otherworldly shapes. Let's press on the wall. Nothing. Just symbols for now. Nothing that can be examined. And over here, you can at home. Well, if we wanted to get into canning, we have the opportunity. And over here, what do we have? Let's leave the bookcase alone for now. What's the book? Boxing Monthly. Potentially useful. Teach us how to, box. And I think, yes, the coat rack in question. Supposedly a magical door. We can see there is a staircase leading back up towards the surface as well. Let's see if we can dance with this the same way that our grandfather did in that photo. That magical door looks dangerous to mess with. Best leave it alone. We might need to try and learn how to use it. This magic door, that is. Okay, well, grandfather, we're not going to give up yet, are we, Luna? No. But we are going to have to poke our head upstairs, and this is going to be the first time that I have seen the surface as well. I have no idea what we're going to find, so we are going to go nice and slowly. Let's see how we do. And here we go. We're on the surface. Let's have a look at our map to see what we have here. And oh boy, what a small town we are in. Right, well, the area we know is Oracle Junction, but this is Mendon. We're right next to a river, actually part of a lake, and there's a freshwater research station there. Very interesting. We do have a tower? Okay, right. That is potentially somewhere of interest. I almost imagine this tower being a location that, Luna's grandfather would have gone to on a regular basis, seeming to be a place of work and nothing more than that. Perhaps his cover here was that he was working for this freshwater research station, and this was something of a lighthouse, or rather another kind of observation tower. Yeah, making it to there will be really important. We've also got an abandoned storefront, a fast food restaurant, a pizza parlor, which currently has a small hoarding, 2 houses, a botanical garden, a few more houses tucked away here, a public garden, and another house. Okay, so Mendon is a very interesting little town. And, well, we're going to see what we can do up here on the surface. Unfortunately, there aren't any curtains here, and it looks like it might be raining outside. Yeah, just a light drizzle. We're going to stay down on the ground for now. We can actually see our first zombie to the north. Luna, make sure you stay nice and low. It hasn't seen us yet. A human body swaying as it moves, an unstoppable rage visible in its oily black eyes. We've got a cola there on the counter. Let's go ahead and grab it. It is completely frozen currently. Well, I would very much like to make it over towards that bookcase. Let's try and just sneak around the side for now, hoping that we can avoid the creature. Staying low to the ground, we can avoid that window. It looks like we've got some gloves in here. Quite a bit actually. All right, winter gloves as well. This, I believe, is Luna's room. So, can we make use of any of this equipment here? Honestly, I think we might be able to. The winter gloves, we're going to go ahead and take them for now. They are going to be a little encumbering on our hands, more than a little, I think, but it's an extra layer of protection that I think could help us out a lot right now. The balaclava is another thing that I think we could probably do with, so we're going to go ahead and take both of those for now and consider taking this waistcoat. It is very elegant, not a bad looking thing. Now, we'll probably have to wear it right away, so let's go ahead, wear those gloves. Just jump over here for a second and let's have a think about what we are wearing and what we're actually going to be able to get away with here. We do have our hoodie on, which has a little bit of carrying capacity, which is good. The waistcoat might be something that we actually end up wearing over other things. And the knit scarf might be something that we just want to take off for now and replace it with the balaclava. Let's have a look at this waistcoat. It says it layers normal, so we'd probably be able to wear this instead of a t-shirt. So let's just do a quick little comparison between the two. The waistcoat and our t-shirt that we have on here. The one thing that I think the waistcoat has going for it is it does have pockets, so we're going to go ahead and chuck that on. Yeah, waistcoat, we are going to wear you, and then if we go into our layers, we can see what we're struggling with. And we actually did have some light gloves, so we can probably go ahead and just take those off for now. Remove that, and we're going to go ahead and remove the t-shirt. Yeah, waistcoat it is. Our head does have a little bit of extra encumbrance on it at the moment. We need to decide now if we want to have the knit scarf or if we want to have this balaclava. So looking at the balaclava, it isn't really going to be as good as the knit scarf right now. The knit scarf actually does give us a little bit of acid and environmental protection, so yeah, that's a good thing. We'll go ahead and leave the balaclava behind along with the t-shirt and the winter gloves. You know what, let's just go put them back into our drawer for now, leaving those behind. Yeah, and we'll just keep on crawling through the rest of the place, rather crouch walking. We still haven't been seen, that's good. I think we're going to go ahead and just close that door for now. Let's see, we might have missed something over here by this thread. Bubble wrap, sponge, and a long string. The long string is a useful thing for crafting, so we'll try and take that for now, just pop that into our pocket. And finally, we have ourselves a curtain, so we can make it nice and dark in here, and I think that's going to be more than a little helpful. Alright, what do we have underneath the sink? Some more aspirin, some more multivitamins, some heartburn medicine. Okay, you know what? We could probably take a multivitamin now just to try and kickstart our health. We'll go ahead and just take one of those. Nice. Okay, make sure that we didn't pick up the bottle as well. We didn't. We're okay there, but we are hearing sound. Okay, and it is outside. Is it a footstep? We're hearing shuffling. It would seem that there is something outside, something living or something dead. Let's go ahead and peek around the corner for now. We have to be very cautious at this stage of the game. If we can make it over to the curtain without being seen by whatever is out there. Oh boy, we're already hearing a clang. It's not a great thing. Now, if we could arm ourselves, we could maybe try and deal with what this thing is. We don't want broken windows, so we might just have to open this up here. As much as I hate to do that, let's open that window. Okay, we're going to go and start backing up now. We can see that it is a rather large zombie outside of our window here. One of our neighbors, stumbling as it moves. This corpse is an overweight human. It regards its surroundings with an empty black gaze, and that gaze is currently on us. So we are going to go ahead and stand up, and we're going to start to try and move away from this thing as it's going to enter our house, whether we like it or not. And there we go. The glass broke regardless. Over on the table we have ourselves a butter knife, and that might be better than nothing. We're going to go ahead and grab it, wielding it for now, just so that we have something in our hands that we can use as a weapon, even if it is a terrible one. And on towards the kitchen. Oh boy. There it comes, through the window. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything useful in here? There is a steak knife, actually quite a few steak knives. That we can use. Let's go ahead and drop that butter knife in there, and we're going to go ahead and take a steak knife from in here. Just one of the many. I'm glad we have so many of them. We shall wield it, and I think that's probably the best weapon that we're going to get in here. So let's go start to move over towards this dead thing. Ideally, we'll get it on the couch. It's going to be a little bit slower then, and that is not the case. So we're going to be ready to run. Let's go start, and we're going to try and take our first strike here. and we lost non-violence. So I believe that's something that we would have just had because we haven't struck something yet. We lost the conduct non-violence, and that's okay. We're alright with that. We have to defend ourselves here. We are slightly aware of what's going on the surface. And with our first strike and another, we have the thing bleeding slightly. We're going to go ahead and take a step back. Strike again, missing. It stumbles towards us. Striking again, another miss. Let's see if we can get this thing onto the table. We'll keep on working our way around. Leave that bookcase alone. There we go. Another 3 damage as we stab it in the stomach. Keep on moving back. Unfortunately, we're hearing noise from above as well. Okay, a good strike there. From the north, we hear brush, something moving past something outside. Let's start to move around the table entirely now. Force it to come towards us. Okay, clambering over the chairs, it attempts to make its way to us. It's going to be a lot slower on here, 200, and it is actually bleeding from its torso now. Let's take a few strikes if we can. Okay, our dodge is still alright. It's not amazing, 3.8. I'd like something a lot better than that. So we're going to go and start to run around here if we can, making our way back down to the bottom of the table. 1, 2, 3. Okay, a critical, and we still are only doing 3 damage. It's going to take a long time to kill this thing, but we are going to get it eventually. Let's take another move to the side and up and around. Bring it back around. It's bleeding all over our kitchen table. We're going to go for 3 strikes again. 1, 2, 3. We had 1 really good strike in there. We'll try and go for another. 1, 2. It hasn't had the chance to take a strike at us yet, just because we are fast enough to move around here. We might even be able to get a few strikes in here. Let's have a look at our knife and just see how many. Well, for moves per attack, it is 67, so it is a fast weapon. Let's try. Waiting. 1, 2, 3. Okay. We lost the conduct teacher. Leave them kids alone. Okay. We've got piercing weapons up to 1, so I'm guessing that's another reason why we lost that. Because we got an actual physical melee skill. But I'll take it. Looks like our melee skill is going up, as well as our piercing weapons. Very nice. We'll take 1 more strike. Okay, I think now we're going to have to start running once again. We're starting to get a little tired, so I'm going to start trying to walk. Okay, a little slow there for my liking. Let's try and make it around here without getting struck. Let's bring it back onto the table. Excellent. I think that might be our front door getting beaten down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's nearly dead. We're just going to take 1 more strike. Oh, okay. It lunges towards us with its first attack, missing us, thankfully. Another. And there we go. We actually got an achievement. 1 down, billions to go. So achievements are a new thing entirely for me personally. So I'm happy to see them in the game. And I'm guessing that's what we were seeing. Those conducts were probably, achievements that we could have. Completed year 1, spring, day 1. 1 zombie killed. Okay, and we lost pacifist. Of course we did, because, well, we had to. Blood all over the kitchen. Let's quickly check this thing's pockets. It does have a military rucksack. Amazing. But it is completely filthy, covered in this thing's blood, and the black ooze that seems to, ooze out of it. We're gonna have to clean that thing. But I definitely want it, so we're going to go and try and separate that from the body for now, just so that we have it somewhere else. So using advanced inventory, we're going to go ahead and just move that down there. Okay, now, I think it's probably worth us having a little bit of a breather, so we're going to start just doing our little crouch walk again as we move towards that other noise source. Let's just check the rest of our kitchen and see what we have around us. Oh, a butcher's knife. Okay, that might actually be better than the one that we're using at the moment. So, we can do the same thing that we did before, just to compare them. So let's compare the steak knife, and we'll go and compare the butcher's knife. Yeah, let's see how good. Alright, yeah, butcher's knife, just generally better. Better piercing. The bonus to hit isn't as bad, because it's -1 rather than -2. It takes a little bit longer for us to strike, but just generally it's a better weapon. Yeah, that's going to be a proper weapon for us. So let's go put our steak knife back into here, and we'll go and grab a nice butcher's knife. Vegetable cleaver also does sound good, so I'm tempted to see how that stacks up, just because that's a weapon that I haven't seen before. Vegetable cleaver, and we'll go for the butcher's knife here. Vegetable cleaver is better in every aspect. Well, I'll be damned, it's not as good at butchering, but yeah, it's a good weapon. So we'll go ahead, drop that butcher's knife off, and we'll go and grab the vegetable cleaver. Wielding that in our hands, let's continue around the kitchen for now and see what else is there. Oh boy, there's a lighter. Well, we're gonna have to take that. I am a little nervous because I don't know if we'll just start fires without the game asking us whether we want to start fires. We'll take the lighter for now. We know that there's a hammer in here, and well, we've already got a screwdriver set, so we're okay on that front. A flashlight will definitely come in handy. Let's see, can we fit the hammer in there? We can. Excellent. Okay, we'll stay on the move for now. Please, no fires. And we're gonna go over here and yeah. We've read enough zombie fiction to know that we might want to do something about this body. We're going to go ahead and dismember it. What to do with the tainted blood? Pour it on the ground. Did not realize that we could collect the blood. We lop the zombie's limbs off. Yup. And we just leave a mess behind. A heap of gore on our chair in our kitchen. Wonderful. Wonderful. Oh boy. Okay, well, let's check the other rooms. We're assuming then that this is our grandfather's room. Let's see what we have in here. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, it's a kilt. Alright. Yeah, I see. What do we have over here? Some more winter gloves? You know what, the arm warmers could be helpful for us. The wool scarf eventually, once things get a little colder. But it is spring, so it'll get warmer before it gets colder. Let's poke our head outside. That window is going to be a bit of a pain. Okay, and we have what I think is his office here. The phone book and a hole plunger. Okay, and that must be the front of the house. Okay, what do we have over here? Looks like we've got an SD card down there, that's fine. We also have Computer Science and Boston Anime Con magazine. I'm assuming that did belong to Luna. Okay, over here on the rack, we have a hiking backpack. Fantastic. We're going to take that right away. And a faux fur duster. Doesn't fit us, so that means it was our grandfather's. Okay, the hiking backpack. We're going to try and swap out to that, so we're going to have to do a little bit of a inventory management here, because I believe we do have some items we don't have a pack. Excuse me, I thought we did. We do not. So let's go ahead and wear that hiking backpack. It's going to be a little bulky, that's for sure, but it fits on us without, causing too much trouble. Yeah, that means that we can carry a lot more, which is good, but we don't want to push it. I think what we should look at doing is investigating the area around our home to see what threats are there. I am going to want to try and clear this up first though, if we do need to make a quick exit. So we're going to clean up that broken window. It's going to take us 5 minutes. Okay, luckily we didn't hear too much trouble in that time. We'll just take this trash and just drag it over here for now. I think we're probably going to want to try and take most of the body mess and just drag it out here. We do have a brazier out here, which is quite nice, and I'm also liking that this fence is blocking off, the view of the rest of the area. It is a proper privacy fence. So the glass we'll just go and put next to the brazier. Not a bad little home. And I don't think we're going to want any of that. So let's just start to drag all of that mess out here. It's going to take us a little while to do that, and just place it into the brazier for now. We're going to have to make sure, you know what? Screw it. Let's light it right now. Make sure that the brazier is actually here. It is. We'll start a fire, because that's going to make us happy. And we happily stare into that fire, standing by it for now. And I think that is actually going to help affect our mood. We have a look at our mood. Yeah, we can see spent time close to a fire, and we lit a fire, so we feel good. We're getting comfy. We are a little cold though, so let's have a look and see. Yep, our head is cold. We are wearing that cap, but I'm thinking now we might actually want to go back and get that balaclava. Yeah, just something to keep our head a little bit warmer. And I'm also noticing that we have this here, a downspout, which we can use to get on top of our house, and it can give us a view of the neighborhood, a little bit of a larger view. So we'll be able to see if there's anything else close by, and obviously we'll be aware of these hordes. I think that's something that we're going to want to do, but we're going to go and get that balaclava first. We really need a mop to clean all of that up. Yeah. The other thing that we're going to want to try and do is sit down and start to read this journal. Try and get a bit of an understanding of what our grandfather was doing, that spell, and whether or not we're going to be capable of learning any magic ourselves. Yeah, because right now I think if we go to spellcrafting, we don't know any spells to craft, or rather cast in this case. So let's go start. Oh, we're still crouched, that's fine. We're just being very cautious right now. We can see a zombie runner, and unfortunately I think that zombie runner has seen us. Let's see. It has. That is very unfortunate. We can go and try and open up this window, but it's not going to help us all that much. The window itself is going to slow down the creature quite a lot. I'm going to see if we can drop the hiking backpack in time. We can, just. Okay, that's going to help us out somewhat. This frenzied human dives into our window. It is a recently risen body. It moves quickly, darting its head back and forth, gnawing at its hands. Wonderful. Lovely. And yet another neighbor. A neighbor that we're going to have to try to put down. And so with what little strength we have, we strike out towards the zombie runner. It bites down on our right arm, but it does fail to penetrate the armor. That's good. We strike again. Okay, cutting it for 11 damage. We're doing okay damage to it. Cutting it in the torso as it wrestles with the window, trying to get through. We strike again. It claws at us, our left leg, and we are bleeding. We try and steady ourselves as much as we can. So we slash out again, claws hitting our torso. Again, keeping it on this window is going to give us the best chance we can get. We're going to keep on fighting. Slash after slash as another finds our right leg, just bruising us. Oh, okay. A bite now on our torso. Bleeding, but still little more than a scratch. Finally, we managed to grab a hold of the thing, driving our cleaver into the side of its neck, killing it. Our melee skill increases to 1. We actually managed to stun the creature then. I guess that's something. Right now, we are bleeding, we're in pain, and I think I heard other sounds outside. So, let's start to back up. Oh boy, immediately there's a tough zombie. We don't have much choice right now. This thing is going to come towards us. Thankfully, it is injured somewhat. We're going to have to wait for it to appear. Okay. Guess it's coming the hard way. We can hear it moving around out there still. And there's the broken glass. And there it is in that glass. We are losing blood slowly but surely. It can see our location. This tough zombie. A once athletic human, now a brutal monster. Its facial features are twisted into an expression of pure rage. Let's swing out towards this thing. Okay, we did some damage there. Again, we miss. Striking. Nicking it just for 9 damage. It's going to be death by 1,000 cuts right now, but it's bleeding out of its left arm. But we've been grabbed. There's no running away right now. We're going to stay down as much as we can. As attack after attack finds us. But we are slowly but surely killing this thing. Another bruising hit on our right arm. And some of our clothing getting damaged in the process. And that is a deep bite. When it rains, it pours. We slash as another finds its way into the window. Another neighbor, another person. We stand and we take them out. We are in moderate pain and we have a deep wound on our chest. We're still hearing more outside. A decayed zombie. This thing hopefully should go down a little easier than the other. A once dead human corpse, its discolored, swollen flesh is riddled with festering wounds and open sores. Let's stay where we are. As pain distracts us, we start to slash at the decayed zombie. We're being grabbed, and we've been bitten on our left arm. Okay, another level up. Cutting skills are now at 1. That is another zombie down. Okay, at this stage, we need to start trying to move away. Okay, we need something to bandage us, and I don't believe we had anything in our bathrooms. Nothing that we could use immediately, and so that means we're going to have to try and cut up something. Clothing, the other room, losing blood in our torso in a bad way. We're going to have to try and see if we can tear up some of this. Yeah, it's just going to be rags, but hopefully it's going to be enough to stop the bleeding. That's the plan. So let's go ahead and start shifting some of them onto the ground. The boxer shorts, the necktie, the arm warmers. Let's start trying to cut these things up. Okay, we couldn't salvage a rag. We managed to get nothing. Not a single rag. We're going to need to do better than that. Nothing else we can disassemble, but there has to be something. With panic setting in, we're going to have to go back into that room. You know what? Right now, I'm not actually as concerned with the bleeding leg. I think our biggest problem is our torso. That is a deep wound. Something that we're going to have to deal with before it gets worse. And so, let's make our way into the light and try to prepare for this. This is not going to be pleasant. Luna, let's have some of that codeine. Alright, that helps. We're losing a little bit of blood from our leg. I do think it's still just more of a scratch. We can actually see how bad it is here. 'Tis but a scratch. That's okay. Our head is a little chilly. But this bite on our torso, that is a nasty wound. We need to disinfect it, and unfortunately we haven't found any disinfectant in the house. So that means that we're going to have to take the only option. And that's taking out our lighter and applying it to the vegetable cleaver. I know, not a subtle tool. You know what? Actually, let's not use the cleaver here. Do we have time? I don't think we have time. Cauterize the wound. Yup, it is a deep bite wound that needs cleaning. This gives us a 50% chance to clean and disinfect it. This is going to hurt like hell. Let's bite down on something. The couch. And cross your fingers with me. Okay, it worked. We clean the wound. We are in distressing pain. As, we apply the glowing hot vegetable cleaver to our left clavicle. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a whole heap. Okay, let's have a look and see. We still have minor bleeding on our left leg. Okay, we can deal with that now. There was a jacket. Okay, we lost a little bit more blood and it stops. Okay, so we have a few wounds. We could try and grab some rags and wrap them around them. It'd be better than nothing. I don't even know if that'll work. Yeah, I don't think it will. That was not fun. I'd like to make it back in there. I'd like to get that pack. But right now we don't really need any of that stuff. I think what might be good is getting an idea of what's going on outside. Do we want to peek outside? Let's peek first of all. So, peeking through the curtains, what do we see? Well, we have our neighbor's house across the road. Let's just go look a little wider. I think that's the pizza parlor there. Okay. We're gonna have to play this very cautiously. We need better protection than this knife. Maybe that book will give it to us. But I am not sure if we're going to be able to read that book in distressing pain. We're not in a bad mood. All things considered, we're actually looking okay. Yeah. The pain is certainly affecting us, but the fire, it's good. We can actually go back to that and kind of recharge somewhat. That's our blood. That is definitely our blood. You know what? Let's go over towards this window. Let's collect this stout branch and this long string. We're actually just going to try and wield the branch for now. We can't put the cleaver? Damn. I was hoping we'd be able to make something with the stout branch. With some string. We might still be able to do that. Let's see. Let's pop into the kitchen. We're still trying to stay low and stay quiet as much as we can. We barely make a sound when we move, which is fantastic. Right, we do have knives over here. Let's just pop into our crafting menu and see what we can make under weapons. We can make a cudgel, which isn't actually a terrible weapon. It's got a bash of 10, but you might notice that we've been kind of getting skills with piercing weapons. So we might want to get some piercing weapons here. Then again, we don't have to commit to anything at this stage, and honestly, a cudgel is not a half bad weapon. The only true issue with that is we are going to need light, and you know what? I think we can probably take a few things down there. All we need to do is just grab one of these knives, and that will give us what we need. Steak knife, you are a little bit easier. The length of it, you're too long, unfortunately. Well, we can get around this. We're just going to have to drag you along the floor for now, as silly as that might seem. Let's go and grab, could be the carving knife. Honestly, butcher knife for now. And that is actually, yeah, there is a chance there is a knife in there that's better than the one that we've been using. But for now, I think the cudgel is going to be just better in general. So we're going to spend a little bit of time doing that. We're down to distracting pain. That's good. It means the painkillers are actually working. Okay, onto weapons. We've got the option for a pointy stick, but yeah, if you have a look at the techniques, we've got a precise strike, which happens on a crit, a chance to do a rapid strike, and it has a high blocking ability to it as well. So not a bad weapon. It's going to take us 5 minutes. Let's hope that we're nice and quiet, and sure enough, we seem to. Be quiet, that is. And we have a cudgel. Let's get that, take that into our hands. And there we go. We've got a basic weapon now. Something that's going to be a little bit better than the knife that we were using. Yeah. Mild pain, I am liking this a lot. Good. Well, we might actually have a chance to sit here and read. Keeping our mind busy is going to be important. We just killed people. Maybe they're people, maybe they're not. They certainly didn't look like people. More like animals. Frenzied. Frightening. And you know what? I think because of that fear, before we start reading, we should see what the true situation is outside. And you know what? Let's actually just stop. Let's stay sneaking for now. Because when we're sneaking, we're making 0 sound because of our light steps, so I'd like to try and keep that up if we can. Okay. Time to climb. Can we make it up here? Climbing to the north, and we do. We got up there. Relatively easy. Nice. And so we can see the other roofs around town. Looks like we've actually got some tobacco seeds up here. Okay, and this is another house, and there's a solar panel up here. Not bad. A water purifier. This is the fast food restaurant. Okay. And that is the tower. Yeah. We're definitely going to have to make it across to that. I think what the important thing about being up here is, though, we can see what's going on in the town when it comes to the dead. So it looks like most of them are on the east side of town, although we shouldn't trust that as gospel. There is a strong chance that they are still going to be just hanging out around here. We did initially see quite a lot in the pizza parlor, so yeah, we can't trust that all that much. As long as they stay near those trees, that'll be okay. Yeah, let's pop back down for now. climbing down over the edge. Yes. Let's get back inside. You know what? We could bring this brazier over towards here. I wonder if it would class as being close to it. It might. It might just. Let's see what survived the fire. The thermos and the spray can that we chucked in there. Well, yeah, I mean, that'll do it. That'll do it. No, I don't think we have to worry about starting another fire just yet. Make our way back inside. Plop ourselves down by the window. The thing that we need to be wary about with this window, and I don't think it's something that Luna is going to be immediately aware of, is that scent is a big thing for the dead. It's what they hunt by, more often than not. So, while we're hidden in here, our scent is going to be drifting out this window, so we might still have trouble. For now, though, let's see if we can start to read this book. Flicking it open, we can study a spell. So, what do we want to try and learn here? Magic missile, phase door, or magical light? Looking at this, magic missile, I feel like is going to be the best tool for us starting off. It's not going to do a lot of damage, but it has the possibility to. Magical light is a nice utility spell. It will take us a little while to master that, though, I think. And phase door, that's something that we're certainly going to want to learn. I don't think it's going to stop us from learning all of these. I think we'll just choose to start with magic missile. Let's see how we do. We're studying. Okay. Ooh. And here we go. Learning this spell would make you a magus, a tradition as old as magic. The magus focuses on binding and shaping the energy of the universe to their will. It will lock us out of the animist tradition, which is a relatively new school of magical thought, formed through the combination of many older ways that focus on harmony and connection to the natural world. This does not mean that animists are passive. The natural world is a savage place. So it's much more our will versus the will of the natural world. And I kind of like the idea of us forcing our will over the universe a little bit, because look what the world has done to us, what the universe has done to us, what it's thrust us into. Yes, we will continue along this path for now. Okay, achievement complete. Would-be wizard. We have learnt our first spell. So let's head into spellcasting and see what we have. So the Magus rune, this is a ritual that creates a small pebble attuned to Magi. You can use this rune as a catalyst for recipes. It requires concentration and is impeded by gloves, so we should probably take off our gloves now. There's also Magic Missile. Range 8, damage 1 pure. It has a fair chance to fail, 44.4%. Yeah. It is verbal, it is somatic, and it can be cast through walls. Interesting, so I'm guessing we can target something through a wall. It might not necessarily pass through the wall, though. Yeah. It's a difficulty level of 1, and we need 4,881 experience? Yeah, to get to the next level. So we're going to have to cast it a few times to practice. I'm concerned it might be a little noisy, so we might want to be cautious with who we fire that magic missile at. But, you know, we gotta try, don't we? So let's go ahead and take off those light gloves of ours. I really want to go back and get that balaclava, keep our face and head nice and warm, but that room is kind of deaf right now. We do need to go back in and deal with those bodies, but I'm also afraid of what might else be outside. So for now, that looks like a nice gnarly tree there. Let's see if we can target that with our magic missile. So, let's try it. Okay, magic missile. We need our hands free. Of course we do. Let's go ahead and drop the cudgel. And we'll try. See if we can cast this. Okay, so it has a range of 8. Oh, we're just outside the range. Stop casting the spell. Time will be lost. Yes. Okay. Hopefully we didn't lose any mana for that. 1,744 is our mana. We have a max of, 3,200. Not bad. Magic missile, let's see what we can do. It's only going to cost us 50 mana, It requires a casting time of 100 moves, so it's a whole turn. Okay, close enough? Close enough. Okay, here we go. Stop casting the spell. Nope. We will keep trying to cast it. I think we must have just failed. Magic Missile level 0. Oh! I don't think we can cast it yet. Yeah, let's just pick up our cudgel again for now. We'll head back inside. We might have to read more before we can actually master it. Yeah, level 0. So we want to try and get this to level 1. Ideally, I think. Okay, study until we gain a spell level. Okay, you know what? Let's just go for an hour and see how we do. We're actually not in pain anymore, which is kind of amazing. Okay, look at that. 600 experience. Not half bad. We actually gained a little bit of strength. Huh, interesting. That might have been from our melee skills. But look at that. Magus. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, well, I'm feeling a bit more confident. Maybe we head back into the room of death and see what we can grab, what we can grasp. We're going to go nice and low to the ground, see if we can get our pack out of here. And there is a zombie dog. Has it seen us? It has not. Let's try and stick to the side for now. There's a zombie runner, and I don't think that has seen us either. It's further to the north. Yep, I think we're okay. Alright, our bag is underneath all of that. Let's see if we can put that back on. There we go. Okay, what else is in this pile of bodies? Lots of different clothes, and yeah, 4 bodies just in our bedroom. Not the nicest. I think we might have to say goodbye to our bedroom for now. And, well, I was going to smash these corpses. Still might be the best thing for us to do. Yep, it's going to be messy. Yep, blood all over here. And we lost the conduct. Mouse in a china shop. Yep. Okay, balaclava time. Let's go ahead and grab that. Place that on underneath everything else. And while moving out of the room, we want to make sure that we haven't been seen yet. No, we're in the clear. Okay. Well, none of that is conflicting. Good. The balaclava and the baseball cap kind of work together. I'd like to think that we're actually kind of wearing that baseball cap backwards at the moment, but yeah, there we go. Our face is nice and covered from the cold. Time to read again? Quite possibly. It's nearing midday, and I think we're probably going to want to try and read most of the day. We do have the chance to explore the town, but I think we're going to do that at night. That tower is looking very, very tempting. Okay, so let's position ourselves by the window, and let's see if we can read this a little more. Okay, we got to be getting towards it. Let's go for 2 hours this time. That'll get us closer. Although I think we needed 4,000, huh? We're hungry, we're thirsty, we're in mild pain again, and we got a little bit more experience of the spell. Midday, okay. Let's knock back an aspirin, which will help. We're just going to keep on just crouching around our house here, and we're actually going to see what food we have available to us. We don't have to eat too much at the moment because we're kind of still considered to be overweight. Let's see what we have in here. We have a lot of frozen foods, and I think it's just because of, the temperature in game at the moment. A lot of frozen foods. Okay, we could take out the vegetable pizza and try and see if we can unfreeze it. We could just knock back the lemon lime soda for now. You know what? I think that's what we're going to do. Knock that back. We're still a little thirsty. Okay, anything else that we can take out of the fridge? Let's see. Beers. We probably don't want a beer right now. The mineral water, that would do us nicely. We're just going to have to wait for it to unfreeze. Lost the conduct foodless. There's some really interesting achievements that we can get in this, it would seem. Yeah. Okay, well, I think we're just going to have to be a little thirsty for now. How long is that going to take to defrost? I think as long as it's close to us, it will eventually. Let's head back to our book, continue reading, and study for a little longer. Alright, another 600 experience after an hour. Let's check in and see how that is looking. Okay, mineral water, we're going to go ahead and knock that back. That's our thirst dealt with for now. We're in minimal pain, yet again. Let's check and see how our painkillers are going. We don't have any affecting us at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and knock back another aspirin. It is just minimal, so that will help. And I think we are just in that pain because of, well, the burning wound that we have in our chest. It's not super pleasant. Magic Missile is getting closer. We are 2,000 experience away, so yeah, we're going to have to read for at least another 4 hours, I think, to be able to get there. Close to, maybe just under, maybe closer to 3. Yeah, so I think the rest of the day, we're going to be studying Magic Missile. Back to the books. Okay, we only have 800 to go, so what we're going to do is just read until we get a spell level. It's going to be just a little over an hour, and it looks like we want to start lighting a fire again, and I believe that is enough experience. Let's see, Magic Missile, level 1, and the failure chance is most certainly still there, but I think we can actually cast this now. We can try. Let's head back outside. We're going to start a fire. Close those doors behind us, and yeah, we might need a little bit more to burn there. Let's see. Start a fire, nothing to light. What can we take down? Could beat up one of these bushes. Let's see. Yep, there we go. Let's go and move that into the fire. It's not much, but it's something. Start it up. There we go. You light a fire, but it isn't enough. You need to light more. That's that's unfortunate. All right, well, we're very hungry now, so I think before we look at firing off our first magic missile, we're going to try and grab something from the fridge. Okay, we've got a pickle and we've got some cheese. Not much in the way of foods. You know what? Let's go grab the vegetable pizza. That will defrost from us just having it on our person for a while. We'll drop our cudgel on the ground. Like so. Let's stand by the fire just for a little bit, just so it improves our mood. Time close to a fire. Okay, that's good. And the actual temperature is rising as well. Right, pop back down here. And let's look at casting this thing. Okay, so it's still a big chance for it to fail, but it goes one more square further now. Okay. Damage 3. Alright. Casting. Alright, do we just keep on letting it go? I think we do. Maybe? Yep. Stop casting the spell, time will be lost. No. Oh, maybe we just have to wait. Let's see. Press pause or 5 to interrupt. I don't want to. We're setting the target. Oh, maybe the target has to be something else. Maybe it can't be that. It might have to actually be a creature. Yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah, so we can't just target anything. It's got to be something. Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. We can run with that. I think it might be worth us having a look at that book and seeing what else we can learn, though. Let's grab that cudgel. We can actually just fit it into our backpack now, but I think having access to it is probably going to be for the better. We're going to sit ourselves down by this fire. It's going to be nice and comfortable, and let's continue reading. It is the evening at the moment. Actually, you know what? It is still frozen. I don't think we can just heat it up by the fire. Use the pizza. Draw vegetable pizzas out of the box. Store it in our inventory. Okay. We've got this vegetable pizza. Let's just place it down next to the fire, because I think that will slowly but surely start to defrost. Yep, there's hot air around here, so that should help it. Alright, let's just go ahead and read this. What do we want to learn next? Phase Door is a difficulty of 2. Magic Light is a difficulty of 1. I think we're going to start with Magic Light. It's classless. We should be able to learn this without too much trouble. We're studying, the fire's gone out, and oh boy, we have trouble. And that's probably due to the smell. So, stop studying, yes. We need to go ahead and wield that cudgel of ours, because trouble is here. And trouble has just smashed its way through our fence. Of course it has. You know what, we could have actually used magic missile here. And we're gonna try it. Let's summon our strength. Magic missile. Okay. Will this work? We lose our concentration. Okay, but we tried, and we got a little bit of experience for it. We can try again. Our mana is on full. Magic missile. Oh, there we go. We did it. We hit him with magic missile. We raise our hand out towards him, and magic extends from our fingertips, tearing into the zombie. For 2 damage, it's not much, but it's a start. So let's go with that start, and we're going to go and fire at him again. Okay, another success. That's good. That's more experience. So that's kind of what we're going to do here. Get off a few more strikes. Are we going to be able to kill him with this? It may be, but it's going to take a long while. And I'm actually okay with that. Let's take the experience if we can get it. We're starting to run, moving back away from him. Magic missile. Let's go for another. Okay, we lost our concentration there. That's all right. Go ahead and start moving back a little bit further. Okay, he's getting closer. A few more successful castings. That's what we want. Okay, and we've got, this nice target to shoot our magic at. We lost concentration. That's okay. Don't give up now. Okay, that's better. That's good. Let's just keep moving around. Get ready to fire at him again. Okay. Ooh, don't you hit my brazier. He's standing in it right now. We could try and set him on fire. We need to run up towards him. Okay. We still get experience even if we fail, so that's good. We definitely get a lot more experience from hitting though, so I'm liking that. Get away from my pizza, please. Okay, nice. More damage. It is actually looking quite damaged. Let's keep backing up. We've seen another zombie. It is a lot further away, so I don't think it's seen us. A lot further away. It's down by the river here. Yeah. Nope. We're okay. So, let's try again. And again. Oh, there we go. Achievement complete. Cast a spell. The first great milestone in becoming a fully fledged wizard is to cast a spell. Some mages simply study the spell in the spellbook until they think they understand it as well as they can, but you can't beat practice over theory. And so I think it's because, we got a level up there. Maximum spell level earned 2 out of 1. So did we actually get a level up on that? I'm not certain. Spell level 2. Yeah, we did. And the chance of failure has gone down. Okay, so I was misreading that before. 50% chance of failure, and then it went down to 30. So it's even less of a chance of failure now. And it does more damage, so that's great. Let's get ready to cast this thing. And we're hitting. And we're hitting for 3 damage. Okay, let's go move back. There's no reason for us to be nice and close here. So, firing again, 4 damage, fantastic. Excellent, and we're actually getting, experience at a pretty good rate now. I think our narrator was correct about, practice over theory here. We've got you in the sandpit. Is that actually slowing you down? It is. Excellent. We don't want him to die in the sandbox, though. It might end up happening. Here we go. Nope, we got him out of it. Running around yet again. Here we go. We lost our concentration. Got to be close to death now, my friend. You are nearly dead. Okay, one more good one should do it. Or 2. Or more. But hey, this is the start of, our magical casting. And it's really not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Just like that, we've got a kill. Now, we did use quite a bit of magic there, and we are hearing noise from beneath us, shuffling. I think at this stage, it's probably going to be worthwhile us wielding the cudgel. Please don't put another hole in my fence, you asshole. Is this going to slow you down at all? It isn't. So let's back off and try and get this Z into a position where it is going to be slowed. And And there's 2 of them. Of course there's 2 of them. Okay, backing up. We've got you standing on the brazier. You're going to be a lot slower on that. So, let's start swinging this thing. 7 damage. Not bad. Now, quick strikes are great because we can get a number of them in before they can take any strikes at all. Okay, we actually got our bashing up to 1. That's fantastic. Okay. Can we kill you before the other one arrives? It's stunned right now, so it can't attack us. That's good. You know what? If it dies in here, that's good for us too. I don't think we're going to kill it in time. No, we are. Here we go. One more strike. One more strike. Okay. Alright, now let's jump back around. Got our leg. I'm trying to get it into the brazier. That works for us. A strike, that's a miss. That's better. How is it looking? It's pretty fresh. These quick strikes are going to be fantastic, and we managed to damage our cudgel with the force of the blow. We'll keep on striking for now. What's the point of fighting? I know, but right now, Luna, it is survival. We're going to keep up these quick strikes. You can see that we aren't hitting for too much here. Knocking it back, or rather, it might have just chosen to move back there, but still, it is stunned, so this is kind of working. That clang, I think you were trying to hit our brazier. Let's move around. Keep striking. Just slamming this thing over the head again and again and again, hoping to kill the creature. Okay, a bite on the right arm. But it is dead. Okay, now we do know that there was another zombie down here, a tough zombie. It could still be on its way up towards us, so it's going to be worth us being aware of that. Let's see. Southwest, and it's still quite far away. Yeah, I don't think that's going to come for us yet. Do you have anything that's worthwhile on you? Doesn't look like it, no. So we're going to go ahead and grab all these bodies here, and we're going to start a nice big fire. There we go. We happily light a fire. Yes, we do. And, you know, kind of semi out of breath, we're going to go and crawl over towards it. There was nothing explosive there, right? I feel like we should probably take the take the spray can out of there. Can I move it out without burning ourselves? You know what, we're not going to try that. But this should be melted now. No, it's still frozen, huh? I guess we could drop it in the fire really quickly and then try and take it out. Again, probably too dangerous. We do need to eat something, though. Yeah, that's a pain. Well, I think we might just need to get something from inside a fry pan or something like that. We should be able to do a little bit of cooking out here. What a day. It's getting on towards the evening. The sun is starting to set. Let's see, what are we able to find under here? Cast iron frying pan. I will take that. Thank you very much. And let's see, what else can we find in here? We can heat up a lot of these things, I think. We could also cut up the potato or take some of these eggs and cook them. Let's go take 4 of these bird's eggs and see what we're able to do with that frying pan. Unfortunately, our privacy fence isn't very private anymore. That is going to be a bit of a problem. Let's just sit ourselves down here for now. Looks like that tough zombie is kind of making his way up here. We might be okay for now. Let's jump into that crafting menu and head on over towards food. Unfortunately, doesn't look like we can cook much, if anything here. Yeah, hopefully we can just activate the frying pan and draw it out. We're going to put that back into our inventory. Heat up food in it. There we go. Now we can heat up the eggs. Maybe once they're heating up, the defrosted, okay. We've got these defrosted eggs. They're mushy. Lovely. Can I not cook them into just... I guess even to make fried eggs, we're going to need some oil. Let's just have a look at the various egg meals that we can make. Owlbear egg yolk. Owlbears. Of course. Of course. This is Magiclysm after all. Yeah. Well, we've got some mushy eggs. Do we want to eat these as they are? Probably not a good idea. I mean, the enjoyability isn't amazing. I just want to make a fried egg. You know, our cooking isn't good though, so So, dear. Are we going to do this? We do weigh a normal weight now, so yeah, we're just going to go ahead and smash back these eggs. Delicious. Yeah, and we just lost vegan. That's also okay. Yeah, we're not going to be very happy after that. Yeah, lovely. Lovely. At least we're going to be happy next to the fire, so I guess that's something. You know what, on second thought, we probably would have been able to heat up the pizza if I was really thinking about it. But hey, that's just how it goes. Yeah. And well, it's been a interesting first day for Luna, but it's been one that she's survived for now. Where her grandfather went to, we can't be certain, but there was something downstairs, wasn't there? A magical door, hopefully one that we can come to understand, but we're going to have to study first. We still have another spell that we can learn, Magical Light, and if we can learn that before the sun goes down, it might be helpful to us in studying for the future. For now though, that is going to wrap us up for the first episode back with Luna. I hope you have enjoyed the reboot. I know it's much more our classic style of Cataclysm, the blend between roleplay and gameplay. And as this is the first episode back, I'd highly appreciate your support of the series. That can be as small as a like, or sharing it with friends or others in the Cataclysm community. I truly am excited to see where Luna's journey takes her. It is going to be a very different experience to what we've had with Dusk. It's a magical world out there, and with magic comes monsters. Alrighty, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. For now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.